Alright, Genesis chapter 8. That's where we're at. By the way, the picture behind me, if you haven't been following along, my little brother was 11 years old when he died. He died about 2 weeks ago. This is his hair. You might find that creepy. Uh, I love him. He's also here. So, Genesis 8. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and livestock that were with him in the ark, and he sent a wind over the earth. He sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep, the floodgates of the heavens, had been closed, and the rain stopped falling from the sky, and the water receded steadily from the earth at the end of the 150 days. The water had gone down, and on the 7th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The water continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the 1st day of the 10th month, at the tops of the mountains became visible. 20 feet of water, and the tops of the mountains weren't visible. This isn't a worldwide flood. I live in Colorado, and 20 feet of water is not gonna make it unlivable. Sorry, not true. I'm not disputing that this didn't happen. I'm just saying this is regional. Regional. The mountain. After 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made the ark and sent out a raven. A raven? I thought it was a dove. And it kept flying back and forth, and the water had dried up from the earth. And then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find no place to set its feet, because there was no place to set its feet, because there was water over all the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah and in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove, and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 days and sent the dove again, but this time it did not return to him. By the 1st day of the 1st month, sorry, I'm reading weird. This Bible, it's not written like I'm supposed to just read. Hold on. I'm just supposed to read. I'm just supposed to read this. And it's confusing me because all this extra stuff over here, I keep trying to read it, but I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to read that. That's just extra. So it's confusing me. But 7 more days he sent out the dove. When the dove returned to the evening, the flock received. So he waited 7 more days, and he sent the dove out again, but this time they did not return to him. By the 1st day in the 1st month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark, and saw the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures can multiply on the earth, and be fruitful, increase in number upon it." So Noah came out together with his sons and wife and his sons' wives, all the animals and all the creatures that move along the ground, and all the birds, everything that moves on the earth came out of the ark, one kind after another. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of the certain animals and clean birds, he sacrificed He sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled a pleasing aroma, and said in his heart, Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. God, and that's the end of chapter 8.